Good afternoon, friends. I trust that we are all okay this afternoon. We thank God once again for His grace and His mercy. We thank Him for the gift of life. This afternoon, we are on Genesis chapter 36, and for the first time today, we are talking about Esau. We are not talking about Jacob rather. It's a very short chapter, and we will only read from verse 1 to verse 14. Let's hear what this chapter is about and what Esau did. We know Esau was Jacob's twin brother. He was the older twin. And let's hear what happened in this chapter 36. Verse 1 says, "This is the account of the descendants of Esau, also known as Edom. Esau married two women from Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah and granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite. He also married his cousin Basemath, who was the daughter of Ishmael and the sister of Nebaioth. Ada gave birth to a son named Eliphaz. For Esau, Basemath gave birth to a son named Ruel. Oholibamah gave birth to sons named Jeshua, Jalam, and Korah. All these sons were born to Esau in the land of Canaan. Verse 6. Esau took his wives, his children, and his entire household, along with his livestock and cattle, and all the wealth he had acquired in the land of Canaan, and moved away from his brother Jacob. There was not enough land to support them both because of all the livestock and possessions they had acquired. Verse 8. So Esau, also known as Edom, settled in the hill country of Seir. This is the account of Esau's descendants, the Edomites, who lived in the hill country of Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons. Eliphaz, the son of Esau's wife Ada, and Ruel, the son of Esau's wife Basemath. The descendants of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zipho, Gatam, and Canaz. Timnah, the concubine of Esau's son Eliphaz, gave birth to a son named Amalek. These are the descendants of Esau's wife Ada. The descendants of Ruel were Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, Mizah. These are the descendants of Esau's wife Basemath. Verse 14, which is our last text. Esau also had sons through Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, and the granddaughter of Zibeon. Their names were Jesh, Jalam, and Korah. So this is the book of Genesis chapter 36. The rest of the chapter is about the genealogy, which we can leave that out, leave that one out, and we can discuss the top part of the chapter, because the genealogy is just reading the names that this one gave birth to this one and this one gave birth to that one. So I believe that that can be done. You can do it and read and finish the chapter. But we'll just look at the top part of the text, of the chapter, the top part of this chapter, and just concentrate on these verses, verse 1 to 14. Esau was also known as Edom, and his descendants were known as the Edomites. So when you read about the Edomites anywhere in the Bible, remember that those are the descendants of Esau, Jacob's brother. So they moved and went to live in a country called Seir. And the reason being that they had a lot of possessions or livestock in the place where they were living, because you remember his brother had come back from Mesopotamia. So they were living together in the same place after their father died. So the place where they were living could not sustain the amount of livestock that they had. So Esau decided to take his descendants and move to this country called Seir. So we also read about the rest of his descendants. He had 3 wives, as we have already read. And so he had 3 wives. His brother had 4. We know that before Rachel died, he had 4 wives. So that means at the moment they both had 3 wives each. And they had a lot of possessions. And Esau moved from that place, from Canaan rather, to the country called Seir. And I have to say that Esau showed maturity by moving away. He didn't mind that he was the older brother and that he had been there longer than his brother Jacob. He was humble enough and decided to move. I believe if it was one of us, it would have been difficult for myself or anyone else to move, because they will be saying that I have been here all my life. Why should I move and leave someone who went away and did his own thing and came back? Why should I leave why should I leave this place? They should leave because, or he should leave because he came last here. But Esau was gentleman enough. He moved from Canaan and went to settle in Seir. We don't hear anything about Jacob in this chapter. And I believe that he was happy that at least his livestock will have enough grazing land, because his brother had decided to move. I don't know if they discussed this, but nothing is said about them sitting down and discussing the issue. But we assume that they did that and agreed that Esau should move to another place. And what I have to commend also about them is the fact that what had happened earlier in their lives, they had put that aside. We don't see that coming up at this time. They had forgiven each other, and so life was continuing. And we have to learn from these two brothers, from these twins. Although they had these problems in the beginning, they managed to settle their differences as a family, and they live together in peace and harmony. I would like to encourage you and me this afternoon. If we have issues with our families, I encourage us to settle those issues. Sit down, talk about those things and iron them out. And let's live in peace, in harmony, and in harmony as families. The families were created by God from the beginning. They were created by God so that they can be places where love could be shown, and children could be raised in a loving environment, so that when they go out and have their own children and have their own homes, they will be peaceful. They will be peaceful homes. And when we have strong homes, when we have strong families, we have strong societies. When we have strong societies, we have strong governments. We have strong churches. We have strong schools, colleges, universities. So it's important that as families, we create families that are strong, families that are united, families that love each other, families that are in harmony with each other, so that we build strong societies, strong countries, so that we can be a village, a global village that is strong. What leads to us having weaker countries and societies is because families have been destroyed by the enemy. So each and every one of us have a part to play. We have to do our part. If there are problems, let's be willing to solve them, so that we have peaceful societies, peaceful homes, peaceful societies, peaceful countries, so that we can enjoy this earth that God created for us to enjoy. May God bless us as we think about these words.